Tough game. Had chances, and the defensive inability to make several routine / slightly above average plays cost us a lot. Happy to see Joe Charles out there. We know he's going to continue to get better. That was I think a year out of it since he had surgery to get back out there and throw in this environment. And he threw well. Some good fastball, some good velocity, some good sliders. That was great. David Barrett, probably the best outing since he's been with us. That's what we've seen, and the repeating of that kind of outing, I mean, that would be huge. And that's 3 good innings. Breaking ball was good. Fastball had some life. Marlowe, their starting pitcher, did a great job. He's actually tougher on right-handed hitters, and our switch hitters in that situation batting right-handed, and he navigated it. That changeup coming in, we knew it was going to be tough, and he managed it really, really well using that changeup. Tibbs, some good at-bats, 2 balls through the middle, and to hit one out to left field in that win, and it says a lot about his strength and ability to stay on the ball the other way. So tough, obviously tough 2 games, and didn't play well enough to give ourselves a chance. And today we had chances. I mean, it was a little bit of a sloppy game on both sides of the ball, but those fly balls that found their way down in the outfield really, really hurt us. And then some of the slightly off-strip plays in the infield that we didn't make, we couldn't escape and get off the field.
When the defensive mistakes are kind of routine plays, like you mentioned, just as a coach, how do you evaluate that and try to fix those mistakes moving forward?
Well, I think they are physical, but I think they start as more of a mental thing. Like I think Cam's first ball that he had, he was a little unsure of where to throw it. And some of those things for him at third base, it's the first time he's experienced that. Like, do I try to take the out at second base, or do I throw it all the way across? And I think he got caught a little in between and made the bad throw. And then the ball's in the outfield, if your center fielder calls it, it's really, he's got priority over everybody on the field. And I think he called that ball and may have called it a little early. I didn't get into a big discussion with him in the middle of it, but once you call it, it's yours because you're the center fielder. And I think that's what happened. And obviously the wind on some of these on both sides played into it, but clearly when they clear the bases on the one, I mean, that's a huge moment in the game.
I think you mentioned a few days ago that you felt like the offense was kind of not on time with the fastball. Just the last few games, just how would you assess offensively at the plate what you guys are doing right now?
Well, the secondary pitches have kept us off the fastball, and he did a great job of mixing the changeup and the fastball. So the push and pull variable that he had today, and their starting pitcher yesterday had 4 pitches in play. So when you're scattering the fastball, it's a little more difficult to be back on time. And I do credit the way they pitched and the command of the secondary pitches. They had really good secondary pitches in play in both games from their guys, and that makes it difficult. Still not great, but there were some good swings on fastballs in these 2 games. Not a ton to show for it, but I did see us strike some balls better. Clearly not good enough, but there are signs here and there of some things, and I know Cam took some good swings, nothing to show, but it's just it's a work in progress. The hit and run stuff when Lance, I think, stepped over a little bit and impeded the catcher's throw. That was a big moment because that ball's in center field. You have a runner on third and 1 out. And if he can just kind of stay out of there and let that happen, big moment in the game. And we had a chance with the short game. I know Jordan put down 2 bunts that just trickled foul, but the runner on second, nobody out. Then we kind of followed that up with 3 punch outs when we had a chance to grab back some of the momentum. So just not good enough. And eventually Diamez and Holbrook will emerge and work their way back in there, which will give us another left-handed bat, which would have, even against the left-handed pitcher today, that would have helped to have another kind of a lefty in there. So the guys are fighting through it, and not easy the last 3 games, quite frankly, but it's good to see some signs of guys on the mound taking some steps forward today.